How can you go from my body's failing, I need to go to a hospital and let the doctor determine if I'm doing the show or not, to not even going to the hospital and being okay?
Because this generation is in their feelings first and is not the real reality of the situation.
Hi guys, welcome back with the complete lineup results of Arnold Classic UK 2024, so let's dive into it. Antoine Vaillant has taken last place in Arnold Classic UK. Arguably, he was much better 2 weeks before in Arnold, Ohio. Most likely he tried to bring fuller package this time, but seemingly he sacrificed some of his details and muscle separation, especially in his quads and back. He was not as hard as we saw him in Ohio, which led Mohammed Shaban beating him this weekend. Mohammed Shaban has brought one of his best looks on stage. Shaban has humongous quads development, and this time he was in great shape and his conditioning was on point as well. He does not have the best proportions and structure, which I think holds him back in such tough lineups, but overall Shaban has presented an impressive package. James Hollingshead was coaching himself for Arnold Classic UK after leaving coach Milos Archev, and he ended up taking 5th place. I think he regressed a little bit this time, and it was the least impressive midsection of James I have seen so far. It was almost completely washed out, plus he did not have much control over it, which was really a big distraction for his physique. Besides his midsection, he was very strong in side shots, very dense and thick, and might be possible that's why judges had him in the first call out of top 4 contenders in the prejudging round. John De La Russa has brought one of his best physiques on stage. He was full and round and in tremendous conditioning. He managed to take 4th place again in his second show of the year under the supervision of coach Patrick Torr. He was one of the most conditioned contestants on stage, and in my opinion, he was much sharper than the winner Hadi Choopan in back shots. Although he does not have as thick lats as Hadi has, but he showcased impressive details in back shots. It was shocking for fans to not see Akeem Williams in the first call out during prejudging. He was as good as we saw him in the finals of Arnold Classic Ohio, although his stand was not on point and the stage lighting was much darker, which possibly did hide some of his details. But this time Akeem has beaten John De La Russa with 2 points difference. Akeem was losing from John during prejudging round, but in the finals he brought drastically improved package and he fixed his stand as well. He was working with coach Chris Aceto this time, and I think it was the most impressive Akeem we have seen since 2020 Mr. Olympia. I think he always gets edged out because of main weakness of his physique, his high lats insertions, solely in back shots where he has no control over it, and he was arguably losing in back shots from John, but in all other shots I had him winning during finals against John. When it comes to side shots, he's extremely strong in it, and from my standpoint, he was unbeatable from rest of the lineup.
Samson Dauda.
Against Hadi Choopan, Samson Dauda has ended up taking 2nd place again. After Arnold Classic Ohio, Samson had to face backlash for not bringing the conditioning and for his midsection distension. But this time, undeniably, Samson's conditioning was slightly improved and his waistline was under control. And I was very impressed with his improved midsection with incredible vacuum, which is highly appreciable for making crucial adjustments in almost 2 weeks of time. Size-wise, Samson was obviously smaller and he lost some certain amount of fullness, especially in chest and in outer quad sweeps, but overall I think it was one of the best Samson we have seen so far. Whereas Dennis James and Chris Cormier has criticized Samson Dauda on their recent podcast. As we know, Samson explained after Arnold, Ohio, that his body was shutting down. He had to rush to the hospital, which he clarified later it was a normal flu, and he still managed to step on stage this weekend.
If you make a video, and he sounded like he was literally like, I don't know, he almost looked like he was crying.
I have to take myself to the hospital to get checked out because I don't know, my body is just, I'm trying to push through, I'm trying to train, I'm trying to get through it, but my body is just failing at this point. And honestly, I just don't know what else I could do, so.
In the video, I looked at that video very closely, and he's telling his fans and all of us that his body is failing. He's going to the hospital. How can you go from my body's failing, I need to go to a hospital and let the doctor determine if I'm doing the show or not, to not even going to the hospital and being okay?
Because this generation is in their feelings first and is not the real reality of the situation.
So Persian Wolf Hadi Choopan once again was the last man standing. He arrived in UK just 24 hours before the competition after a long flight, and most likely because of this stressful entry on stage, he was not as impressive as we saw him in Arnold Classic, Ohio. He did not have the same pop, same conditioning on his physique, and he was clearly flat, which made me think, including many Iranian fans, that Samson could beat him this time, as Samson was undeniably improved from Ohio, and Hadi failed to bring improvements or even same look after Arnold Classic, Ohio. But from judges' perspective, Hadi was clear winner in both pre-judging and in the finals, which tells he's far more superior bodybuilder. Obviously, he has deep muscle separation, cross striations, mature and dense physique, and insane conditioning, where Samson is lacking in these departments. And I think he has very solid chance to bring another send-out trophy of Olympia to his home country, Iran. Hadi was highly criticized and accused once again in bodybuilding community for SEO, side enhancement oil synthol on his shoulders, as they look asymmetrical and pointy, whereas some fans believe he has scar tissue buildup in his shoulder from overtime injections. But regardless, Hadi is one of the best bodybuilders on planet, and congratulations to him and his coach for winning another Arnold Classic title. Thanks for watching.